Yes, my peeps, welcome back to the channel, Yardman Second Chance channel. And tell a friend about the channel. Saying, yeah. And big up on yourself and your subscribers. Keep on liking and sharing my videos, Yardman Second Chance. And check out my new release, Mother and Granddad, on all platforms, saying, and also on YouTube channel, so check it out. Yeah, a big up Father God, you know. And you run the thing 24/7. Yeah, and right now today, we bring over a story. I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, I think a 2 years now, this brother named Shane Macalla. We kill him wife and throw over the precipice and then find her bone months after. Saying, and them say him second wife, he murder. And him run over with the picture them and thing and he couldn't find him. So right now, him surface. So, this brother named the advisor, hear him have a story, I go around, I talk something. So we're going to make on listen it, saying, because you don't know when we hear the thing them, you know, we bring it to us, saying, we're going to go and listen it and thing, and, yeah, because we bring something to us, we're going to go and listen. Because I want to go and tune into the Yardman Second Chance channel, right? I don't know how we do it around here. So listen up.
We find the dirty drunk crow. We find the brutal, cold-blooded wife killer. Today, I'm going to touch on one of the most brutal, callous, and heartless murders to have ever occurred and ever recorded in the annals of Jamaica's criminal history. This is the tragic case of Chantal Blake Macalla. Now, most of you, if you had listened to Popeyes or Serpy or On the Spot, might have heard the story before. And even though it touched me so deeply, the reason why I never covered it was because all that needed or was available to be said had already been said. But I set out to get to the bottom of the issue because I think that this man needed to get justice. So I did some digging. But for those of you among my viewers and listeners who is not aware of this case, let me just give you a quick rundown. Now, Chantal went missing on the 6th of January 2022. She had been going through a whole lot with her husband. Over the years, she was severely restricted. He told her how to dress, how to speak, where to go, and if and when she can see any of her relatives or friends. As a matter of fact, she had to discard all her friends. She has a twin sister, and if the twin sister wanted to come to the house to visit her, she had to get her husband's permission for her sister to pop by. And she couldn't go visit her own mother. Your husband would not allow you to visit your own mother. And if you're around any of your own family members, he has to be by your side. She couldn't talk to anybody unless the husband was beside her. He was that controlling. After several years of going through that, Chantal eventually got fed up and she decided to take her life into her own hands. She told him she was leaving. And then she wrote him this letter. The letter said, "Hi Shane, first I want to start by saying that I truly care about you and you will always have a place in my heart. You are a kind soul and someone like you is truly hard to find. I am sure we both can agree that the past year has been a rocky one and something none of us has ever experienced before. With this said, I truly feel like this relationship is at an unrepairable state. And this is not doing us nor our children any good. The kids have seen us fight and quarrel more now than how they study their ABCs. I truly need this to stop. I feel we both can be phenomenal parents if we are separated. This is not the life I imagined for me nor my children. Jada basically despises you, and I am sure it is because of the things we do and say in front of them. I'm asking you please to understand my position and let us separate amicably for the benefit of our 5 children, I would prefer you write your response. Bear in mind also that when she said 5 children, she referred to the 4 that she has with him, plus a son that he had before he met her. She didn't even want to hear the man's voice or for him to talk, verbalize his response. She wanted it written because she knew that if he come to try to talk, it would lead to another argument. 2 days later, Chantel went missing. This controlling man, this controlling beast, I wouldn't even call it a man, claimed that he left her at the Old Harbor overpass, didn't know where she was going, didn't know who she was going to meet up with, claimed that she was going to see a lawyer later in the day. Now, if this is a man that wouldn't even allow her to even necessarily talk with male customers who come into the business that she operated as one of the managers, or to even communicate properly with male workers inside that works for the company that they operate. Is this the type of man who is just going to leave her on an overpass, not knowing where she was, where she would be going, or who she was going to be meeting with? Look at this place. You will really leave her right yourself in the open to the elements, to the sun and the rain and the moon and the stars, and have no idea where she's going to be. Look at this place. Let that make sense. And he reported her missing the same night. This happened in the morning. He said that she went missing in the morning. And then that same night, he went and reported her missing at the police station. And he reported her missing before he called her parents, her friends, or any associate that he knew to find out if she was there. Guys, make that make sense. But we're not hear nothing yet. Listen to this. There were several phone calls made to him, and which he couldn't give any explanation at all about her whereabouts, only to say that they were supposed to have gone to meet with a certain lawyer later in the day, and she never turned up. According to him, the lawyer they were supposed to meet up with was Michelle Thomas. They were supposed to meet at Michelle Thomas's office, and that's on Washington Boulevard. Over there, I think that's in the Boulevard Shopping Center. But when Michelle Thomas was contacted, nobody in her office knew of any appointment for either of them to have turned up on that day. I agree that that lawyer firm had done some, she agreed that that firm had done some work for them, or did have some ongoing jobs, but there were no appointments set up, and there were no need that they knew of why she should have come there or turn up there unexpectedly or with any sense of urgency. Within 24 hours, the entire family and both he met with the family of his missing wife. And while they were there talking, his father was there because his father came from Canada to Jamaica about 2 or 3 weeks before Chantel had turned up missing. And once his father arrived in Jamaica, he went everywhere with his father. Only time his father was left alone was when the father was at the office supervising things on his behalf. At the time, when the investigating officer asked Shane, the investigating officer just wasn't getting anywhere with Shane. He just don't know anything. He couldn't offer any information or have any idea where she could have gone or anything. It was like zero. He just left her on the bypass and that's it. He knew nothing more. He had nothing more to say or to add. So, since his father was always with him when he's on the road, they went to his father and he asked if they could speak with the father. He makes sure that he could tell the police, no, you can't talk to my father. My father had an accident about 3 years ago and he has amnesia. He can't remember anything and we try not to tax his brain. So, you wouldn't be able to get anything out of him. No. If my wife is missing and my father lives in my house, goes on the road with me, going to my business place with me, and just even if he have amnesia or have some loss of memory or short memory issues, at least I would say police, see if you can get, I'm not sure what you'll get, but see what you can get out of him. Shane flatly said, no, you can't talk to my father because you won't get anything out of him. Don't even try. And would you do that when you have a missing wife? About 2 weeks before the body was found, the body of his wife was found, he had packed up the children and he and them flew to Canada, where he began to seek asylum, saying that his life is in jeopardy because the same people who killed his wife were now after him and his kids. But before we get into that story, let's look at where the body was found. It was found in a place called Bella's Gate. And Bella's Gate is the same area where he was born and grown up in. He knew he run up and down in those places like a child, as a child. And therefore, he knew every nook and cranny of that place. And where the body was found, it was left out in the open, but it was in a crevice, down a gully at a place where nobody ever really walks. And police have been searching in that area for some time because that was the area where her phone last pinged off a cell tower in that area. And when he realized that the police were searching in that area, that's when he fled the country and took all 5 kids with him. Now guys, I want you to look at this picture, this video, this short video. This shows the deep crevice when carry his wife's body and just dash like piece of trash. That was where the body was found eventually. Bear in mind, that when Chantel died, she had a 1-year-old baby, and him killed the woman, left the other 3 kids plus a 1-year-old baby. Now, in this picture, look on the right, you see a man with a little brown bag in his hand. That man is holding the remains, the few pieces of bones that leave, because her body was completely melted out, and that is the remains of the poor young lady. As soon as this monster heard that the forensic people were looking in this area, since that was the last area the phone thing, him fly out. But one important thing to note, do you realize that after he flew out, would you believe that to this blessed day, they never checked his phone to see if his phone was pinging off the same cell tower? Why did they not check his phone? Because it would be a coincidence for him not be the murderer if both of them cell phones was in the same area at the same time. How would he explain that? Not only that, remember that Shane grew up there. He knew a lot of people up there. He had friends. And people saw him coming there several times in the week or 2 before Chevelle was killed. He was cruising the area doing surveys of the entire area of the gullies and ditches and all of that for several days. And when he was asked what he was doing up there and what mission he was on, he says that the government is going to build some bypass and some other little road projects, and what they want to do, he was surveying the place to see the best place to put the roads and the bypass and so on. Because as most people need to understand, Bella's Gate is a small community, it's a small rural community in St. Catherine. And everybody would welcome that kind of development, so they accommodated him. One of the areas that he checked was where the body was found. In other words, this man sit down and planned this long before him do it. But Shane Gibbons Macalla, we know where you're there. We track you down. We know where you're there. We know you live Yasso, 116 Gregor Road in Ajax, Ontario, Canada. We know a Yasso you hideout. But Fassi, you can run as much as you want. You have an answer to this, may I tell you. Fassi. Of course I know Fassi I want to say that, but take off the SA and add PU. But you know, for YouTube purposes, may have to say Fassi, you can't say the real word, you know. But you know, imagine this beautiful soul was reduced to a few pieces of bones taken out unceremoniously out of a gully because of a jealous, controlling man. Just after she went missing, a friend wrote to a member of the family and said this: "I'm feeling your pain, sis. Chantel is a very kind, loving, caring, and a woman indeed. I told her 2 years ago to leave him because he was abusing her emotionally and physically. She would come to school with the scars covered on her neck and hands. One day he squashed her neck on the stairs case until she was spitting blood. I told her to report him, but she said something negative about that. I told her on numerous occasions. I told her I would help her, but her confidence in family and friends were fast dying. He brainwashed her. He stole her joy. She has done everything for this man, from being a slave to a hero, to make the family relationship work. She loves her family, especially her children. I'm so sorry she didn't run away and give me a call instead of telling him that she was leaving him." So you see, people knew what was going on, but she was such a submissive person that she wanted to leave but didn't know what to do. He took her mind. She was just under the total control of this man. She became like a robot. Minute she decided to come out from under his full control, he just took her life. But it doesn't end here. It gets more bizarre. This man runs a company called SM Quality Construction. This is a multi-million-dollar construction firm. It gets all government contracts. Every contract that's put out by the Ministry of Health in Jamaica, he gets a significant portion of it, valuing hundreds of millions of dollars. And if you guys think that this is a joke thing that this man dealing with, this is a picture in 2020, November 2020, when this beast turned up to sign a contract valued $170 million to be shared among himself and 3 other contractors. And this was for infrastructure projects across Kingston, Clarendon, and St. James. At the back are the delegation from the European Union and the Planning Institute of Jamaica, along with the Jamaica Social Investment Fund. Remember that nearly $2 billion is now spent on the Cornwall Regional Hospital. I mean, like $2,000 million. And Shane's company, SM Quality Construction, got a significant portion of that. Plus he got, for the backside companies, he refurbished the Mobile Community College, the Black River Fire Station, Kingston Free Zone, Monument Sugar Estate, etc., etc., and Kingston Public Hospital. And he's sitting down in Canada and running the Jamaican company same way and still getting government contracts. So you Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health, you know that this man is a fugitive fleeing from justice, even though it is not legally so at this time. With all that is hanging over this man's head, you allow his company to still be getting a lot of government contracts, millions upon millions of dollars, and he's sitting down in Canada hiding out, and he is running the company from Canada, and every month them send him his millions to Canada so he can continue living while you are out here doing nothing about it. While SM Quality Construction is still being run by this man. And you're not going to sit down over there, sit down there, Chris Tufton, and say, no legal warrant is there, and therefore, with the circumstances surrounding this, Christopher Tufton, you are just as evil as this man if you do not take yourself away from this situation. And you are rewarding this man by continuing to give him contracts to ensure that his company stays afloat and that he has continue to live a very comfortable life in Canada. Inside the office of his SM company, there at Gutters in St. Catherine, he has cameras set up in there where he can monitor the operation of his staff day to day, minute by minute, and take decisions as if he's sitting down right there in his office. And you, Christopher Tufton, is condoning all of that. And this is because of the money this man has. I think he has bribed every single policeman who he comes across. He seemed to bribe every single one. Take this for example. I want you guys to look at this video. A family member was supposed to meet at the Halfway Tree police station with Shane and the family members of his missing wife. That the policeman along with Shane, the investigating officer, which is Detective Sergeant Robert Bailey. And Detective Sergeant Robert Bailey took Shane and another policeman through a side door and went outside of the station, round to the back section like you're going to the lockup. And they were there bending down over a vehicle and doing something. To me, it looked like they were even counting out money. It would appear that way. But why would, in this case, you take the transaction outside of the station? Is this appropriate behavior in such an investigation? I would like to know. Now, I want to know how he is going to prove that his life is in jeopardy in Jamaica and that he needs asylum when he doesn't know who killed his wife and he doesn't have any reason as to why they would be after him. He was saying that it is some business transaction that they wanted money from him and his wife, and because they didn't get the money, they killed them. Kill them right in your territory where you used to live and dump her at a place. How would they know all of that? To go dump her right where you are. And I still insist again, why was your cell phone not checked to see where things off? Too much money paid? But here's the clicker. Shane Macalla is now under investigation in Canada. And here's the reason why. His daughter, Jacia, I think that's the first girl. She's about 8 or 9 now. She went to school and was having some little depressive issue, and now sometimes she seemed distant and wasn't communicative. And when they tried to find out what was wrong, she told them plain that her father killed her mother and that she's afraid to be in the house. Because of that, Child Services had stepped in, just doing investigations. It has not reached a point yet where they would remove the kids from the house. But I think some cooperation might be going on with the Jamaican authorities. So we need to watch that and see. But it is known to the Canadian authorities what his little daughter, Jacia, had said. The house that Shane lives in is owned by his father. And he's not buying any property in Canada right now in his own name. His father, Perry Macalla, allows his son, this father, Perry Macalla, probably helped Shane to kill Chantal. Because he was there all along when he was doing the survey of the Bellas Gate area and surrounding areas. Over several days and weeks, the father was with him. So we can understand why he is now not never wanted the police to question the father in any way, shape, or form. Perry Macalla, you need to be investigated too. And them call you Sir P. Now, I don't know why they call you Sir P, because you see, my Sir P, that YouTuber, it's a shame for you carry on that man's moniker by that way, by calling yourself Sir P, or what they call you. But you, sir, need to be investigated, because obviously you are the same dirty drunk like your son. Fassi, you Shane, it's not over. This is not over. You're going to get... We know more than we are saying here, but you are being surveyed. No worry yourself. We are going to get you. There must be a police in Jamaica, or a set of police, where your money can reach. And we will get you. Don't worry yourself, Fassi. We'll take care of you. But you come back and answer these charges. So much ducks can line up in a straight line. Think of all the circumstances. No, man. Because if I know you, are you. And there is absolutely no way that everything can be lined up towards you until no other body else on the face of this earth. And yet you run guy and say you're innocent. Guys, I'm going to keep you abreast of how this develops because I'm still on the case. Like, share, leave.
Yeah, you better say like, share. I want to know like and share a video for real. All vloggers. Toronto Massive. Ajax Brampton. All about. Wanna listen this. This brother named Shane Macalla. We kill him wife. You see it? I just have some bone in a little brown bag left out of him wife. We give him 4 picnic. Saying, and this a brother I get too much contract at Jamaica. And still I get contract. And down at Toronto I hide. Ajax. We are load you up, brother. You have to go to prison. You have to go to prison. And go make man in your, you know what I mean. See, that I go reach you. You have to go, brother. You can't do that to a woman. And they and I hide at Toronto. You mad? Our place in the boy, we are Shub you out, you know. See, we are Shub you out. And we are load you up. All I vlog of them want to run with that one here. And load up that down at Toronto. Shane Macalla. People them find him and know where him there. We think Africa is there. But him not there. He in our place. See, we shove him out. Yeah, if you go Africa, we are firing it. But then dip on your trail, and we dip on your trail. We not give up to the wall here. You hear that? Yardman second chance. Keep on watching, because we have follow up this. And we have to hold a boy here. For real. We out.